We are in Astoria, Oregon, one of the most interesting cities in the entire West Coast. So much history, so much personality, so much depth here, and we're gonna dive into it all in my Astoria Top 10. We are starting with a bang at number 10, Fort Stevens State Park. There are 4 things here you cannot miss. We're gonna start with the Peter Iredale, an actual shipwreck on the coast. The Peter Iredale is a steel shipping vessel which ran aground in 1906 and hasn't moved since. Don't climb on it though. It's super wet and, look at me, I was so sketched out. The saltwater's aging the shipwreck quickly, and in the next 100 years, I don't think there'll be anything left of it, so you might as well see it while you still can. So it's pretty cool, but at the end of the day, it's just a shipwreck. There's only so much you can do just looking at it, so time to move on. After visiting the Peter Iredale, head up to the South Jetty Observation Tower. This is a great area to sightsee, especially if you are into animals or want to storm watch or get some nice views. So this is the South Jetty lookout. Not a ton to do other than watch. There's some deer over here, some birds flitting around. There's a surf route that I'm gonna watch, but it's about a 10-minute stop. Get out of there. Next, I recommend making a stop at the Battery Russell, a large military fortification that was used to protect the Columbia River mouth from threats. It's a little weird being here by myself. Thank goodness it's light out, otherwise I would be creeped out. And lastly is the disc golf course. It costs $5 to get in, but it is very worth it. It's so unique. You're playing disc golf right on the river, and you're teeing off from bunkers, you're throwing near cannons and other batteries. It's just really cool. Boom. Coming in at number 9, food. The most recognizable and iconic eatery in Astoria is the Bow Picker, this converted gill netting boat that serves fresh tuna fish and chips. And it's tasty, but the line is almost always this long. That's what to expect at the Bow Picker. I'm an optimist. I didn't think there was gonna be a line. The line's probably 40 strong. Let's go get our fish and chips. How long was that?
I think 55 minutes.
55 minutes. It's gonna be worth it.
I sure hope so.
Fresh tuna. Homemade tartar. Delicious. I just don't think it's worth an hour wait. Also note, it's cash only. Ye be warned. My favorite all-around eatery in Astoria, like many visitors and locals, is Fort George Brewing. The industrial vibe is on point, the upper deck is just sick, it's great atmosphere, their food's good, and you also just can't go wrong with their flagship beer. If you are a coffee and pastry person, look no further than Coffee Girl, my favorite coffee shop in all of Astoria. Coffee Girl has hands down the best view, the most friendly service, and just a great atmosphere. Another eatery worth visiting is the Green Door Cafe. It serves local organic food that's gluten-free, grain-free, plant-based, keto, paleo. It's just all-around fresh food. And to be clear, we don't have dietary restrictions, but we enjoy the food here.
Very good.
My
Delicious.
God, that BLTA was insane.
Yeah, and so good for you.
And the number 1 place you cannot miss in all of Astoria is a cute little ice cream and fry shop called Friet and Scoop. It's a small team that makes amazing artisan homemade ice cream, as well as yummy fries with signature sauces. Just talking about it, my mouth is watering. I want another scoop of their flagship flavor, the Hokey Pokey. It's so delicious. You cannot come to Astoria and not go to Friet and Scoop. Best ice cream there is. Exploring downtown is number 8, and here's my take on it. Astoria Nordic Heritage Park is really cool. It goes through the history of the impact the Scandinavian people had on Astoria and how they helped shape the identity of the town. It's just a really cool visit. It's kind of a hangout spot. Another place you'll hear a lot is the Flavel House. It'll be tossed around as something that you should do. It's a museum that costs $7. To be honest, I think you can skip it. But just Google George Flavel and the Flavel House. The bottom line is that it's just an old house. That's what it is. Gizmo's Arcade is right in the middle of downtown, and it's a fun little joint to stop at and break up the day, play some games. You can use your card if you don't have cash. I got my tokens. Let's go play. I've said it once, I'll say it again. You are an idiot if you don't like arcades. In my opinion, the best thing to do if you are there on a weekend near or during summer, you should browse the Sunday market. The personality of Astoria is really the sum of all its parts, and those parts are on full display in their booths on Sundays. Something you can do any day of the week is our number 7, the River Walk. The River Walk is a 5-mile path along the Columbia River that spans from the eastern outskirts to the mouth of the Youngs Bay. And walking it is one thing, and it'll take you about 2 hours one way. I highly recommend taking the riverfront trolley. For $1, a single dollar, you buy yourself a round-trip pass. I mean, that's just the best price ever. And the trolley is run by knowledgeable volunteer tour guides that talk you through the history of Astoria, point out the landmarks of the town, while throwing in lots of jokes. It's a very jungle cruisy vibe, and I'm all about it.
By the time the cannery obviously burned to the water, it's now a haven for the pigeons.
But if you really want to get crazy on the riverfront, rent kayaks on Pier 39 from Astoria Scuba and Adventure Sports and paddle it. Moving on to number 6, the 4.1-mile Megler Bridge connecting Astoria to Washington is easily the most recognizable feature of Astoria. It towers over town. You should cross this massive bridge at least once, and when you do, don't just turn around and come back to Astoria. Head 15 minutes north to Cape Disappointment State Park to experience one of the most picturesque coves you will ever see. Parking at the state park is $10, but it is totally worth it. You have this little bit of a walk in. I mean, we got there at 9 a.m. and I went swimming. Look at that. You can't come here and not go swimming. Don't have swimming trunks though, so just gonna go in my shorts. Do not sleep on this. This is an amazing little spot on your way up to the Cape Disappointment Lighthouse. The Cape Disappointment Lighthouse is the oldest functioning lighthouse on the West Coast. There's also a man posted in the lookout to help guide vessels in and out of the mouth of the Columbia River. Moving on to number 5. But before we do, if you love the Pacific Northwest or have found this video useful, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm just an Oregon Coast kid trying to travel more with my wife and make fun content, and your support is epic. Love it. Okay, back to the list. Coming in at number 5, Fort Clatsop and the Fort to Sea Trail. It is a replica of the fort that the Lewis and Clark Exploration Party built and resided in during the tough winter of 1805 and 1806. The experience here costs $10 for adults, but kids are free. There's a variety of interactive sessions going on pretty much all day from volunteers dressed in period clothing. So apparently they're doing a tanning demonstration right now, like deer skin into buckskin or something like that. Another great reason to visit this cultural site is that it is the start of the Fort to Sea Trail, a 6-mile each way commemorative trail that the Discovery Corps members used to travel between Fort Clatsop and the mighty Pacific Ocean. The trek has limited access to water or bathrooms, so come prepared and enjoy this beautiful hike through the forest, fields, and sand dunes. Moving on to number 4, Young's River Falls. It's a great place to cool off on the rare occurrence that it gets hot on the coast, and today it was 80 degrees, and the perfect end cap to our day. The falls are located 20 minutes south of Astoria, and it can get crowded on pretty much any sunny day, but even with crowds, this spot is worth visiting. The 54-foot waterfall seemed to appear out of nowhere, and it is just a special treat to swim here. The short walk in from the parking lot is actually a little difficult. It's pretty rooty and pretty steep, and it's not accessible for all people. The river itself is cobblestone, and getting in and out is a little tricky. I'm going as fast as I feel comfortable with. Whoa! Recommend a good pair of sandals to assist in this process. The reason I rank this so highly is the fact that it's a water feature. I love swimming. I'm from the coast. The water is my home. It's just a happy place, and you gotta do it. In the bronze medal position, the third best thing to do in Astoria is walk in the steps of the Goonies. Iconic scenes of the classic Steven Spielberg movie The Goonies were shot right here. There are 3 main things to check out: the county jail, and it's actually the Oregon Film Museum. It's pretty much all about the Goonies. It's pretty small but interactive. You get this little card that you can recreate scenes from the movie, and then it automatically compiles it to your own movie. Super cool if you have kids. This would just be so much fun. Also, the Fratelli's Jeep that was used in the movie is parked right out in front of the jail. Don't miss that. Then you have to visit Lower Columbia Bowl. This is Chunk's window. And he watched a police chase right here. And lastly, you can visit the Goonie House, where just in the last 2 weeks, the owners that have had a long time battle with Goonie fans have finally reopened it back up to foot traffic. That's new. Let's go. The Goonie House. That is awesome. So please be respectful when visiting, and if you feel like you gained something from that experience, leave the owners a couple bucks saying thank you. They've got their Venmo handle right there. I mean, they didn't have to do this, but they did it for the Goonies, and we thank them. Coming in at number 2 as the second best thing to do in Astoria when you come visit is going to the Columbia River Maritime Museum. The Columbia River Maritime Museum is worth visiting in every sense of the word. Entry is $16, but it gets you access to the museum itself and a tour of the Columbia, this lightship that's moored right behind the museum. Boarding the Columbia.
All right, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You bet.
That's amazing. As far as value goes, this is getting up there with the trolley. This museum has tons of interactive displays. That's awesome. Is that what the actual weather forecast is going to be? Because that looks nice. It's just laid out in such a good way that makes the maritime history of the region easy to digest, easy to learn about, easy to get excited about.
This is hands-on training. This is the nation's only rough water rescue school. And local fishermen appreciate that the lessons learned are not just theoretical.
Just absolutely fascinating. You won't want to leave. I mean, at least I don't want to. I'm also from here. I'm an Oregon Coast kid. This stuff is fascinating to me. But there's so much history that you just get lost in here. I mean, definitely kid-friendly with all the fun things you're able to do and touch and experience, but also adult-friendly with all the plaques, and it's just incredible.
I've been here 3 minutes. I could spend the next 3 hours here.
Do not miss this. And coming in at number 1, the thing that is quintessential Astoria and fun for the whole family is climbing up and throwing balsa wood airplanes off the Astoria Column, or the Astor Column. The column is on the hill just up from downtown, and it is an artistic monument celebrating the history of the West. The column is 125 feet high. It takes 164 spiraling steps to make it up to the observation deck, where you stand 600 feet above sea level, offering you unrivaled views of Astoria and, of course, entertainment, as people, including yourselves, will be throwing balsa wood airplanes off the top, trying to achieve the longest flight time.
You want to buy planes? You just go right here, visitor center. But I don't like paying for anything. So I am gonna go find some that people have thrown off and just lost in the brush and bring up like 10 of them. So I'm pretty stoked. Let's go find some planes. 2 more. Dude, yes! I just got 3 just now. Boom. Let's go. Maybe there's more. Oh, there's one right there. Oh, I am scoring. Okay, so I scored 5. Now let's go throw them off the top.
It's just a blast, and the thing you must do when you come to Astoria. Leave a comment of your favorite thing to do in Astoria, as well as what I missed. I'd love to hear all your thoughts. Thank you for subscribing and getting me that much closer to making travel videos full time. I appreciate you all. Peace.